Why Uber is not really in the transportation business. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Future in 5. My name is Jacob Morgan, and this is where I share my thoughts, ideas, and commentary on the future of work in 5 minutes at a time. Today I am in Las Vegas. I'm at the Venetian Hotel. As you can see below me, all the wonderful little people down there hanging out. In my hotel room, just got here. I'm going to be speaking at a conference tomorrow morning. Now, I'm a very frequent Uber user. Every time I go to a conference or speak at an event, which is fairly often, I take Uber. And I take the UberBlack car. And every time I get into an Uber, I always have a conversation with the Uber drivers. And I always ask them a couple things. And one of the things I always ask is, do you like your job? How long have you been an Uber driver? And, how are things going in general? And most of them tell me they do like their jobs. I've gotten in cars with people that have been there for a couple of months or a couple of years. The overall big piece of feedback I keep hearing from Uber drivers is that they are getting cannibalized with UberX. And there's a lot of discussions going on around, what is Uber doing with transportation? Uber's a transportation company. But guess what? Uber is not really a transportation company. I mean, that's where most people assume Uber is. But if you look at sort of the long-term picture of where Uber is going, it's really, really a fascinating thing. If you think about it, Uber, you push a button and you get a vehicle at your door. Now, right now, that vehicle has a person in it that will take you wherever you want. But Uber is actually much more than a transportation company. It's a logistics company. If you think about it, and I know I've been saying if you think about it quite a lot, but really, if you think about it, really what they're providing is a vehicle for anything to come to you. So deliveries, logistics, transportation, they're already starting testing, delivering products to people's houses. They're starting to test cargo deliveries. So Uber is much more than just a transportation company. That's where it is now because that's sort of where the easy market has been and, that's where they're penetrating everywhere. But after they get their foothold in all these different countries and all these different cities around the world, you better believe that they're going to be taking some next steps, and that is going to be delivering products and services to your house. It's going to be, doing all sorts of really cool things. They're delivering groceries, delivering things that you might need from a hardware store. Basically, the goal of Uber is to provide you with anything that you need without you having to leave, or to bring anything to you regardless of where you are. And I think that's the direction that Uber is going to eventually go to. It's in the business of giving you whatever you need wherever you are. Transportation is a part of that, but again, it extends far, far beyond that. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see what the evolution of Uber is going to look like in the next couple of years. There's also the debate around UberX versus UberBlack car. What's going to happen there? To be honest, I don't take UberX as often because when I go to conferences and events, I like the reliability of the black car. The guy knows where they're going, so that makes it much easier for me. But overall, I think right now Uber is just interested in getting as many cars and as many drivers in as many countries and as many cities around the world as possible. And they're doing that by giving people a revenue stream to make some sort of income by driving cars. But again, after these markets get penetrated, you better believe that it's going to extend and go far beyond transportation and move much more into the logistics of everything business. And I think that's where it's going to be, the logistics of everything. Curious to hear what your thoughts are around Uber. I think it's a very, very fascinating service. Of course, there are others like Lyft and Sidecar and BlaBlaCar, etc. I think Uber is quite unique, though, but maybe that's just my spoiled sort of one-sided perspective living in the Bay Area and somebody that's been an Uber customer for a while. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Where do you see the future of Uber going? Are you an Uber customer? What do you think of Uber? Or maybe what do you think of Lyft or Sidecar, one of these other car and ride-sharing services out there? If you want to get access to more videos and podcasts and a bunch of other cool stuff on the future of work, you can visit thefutureorganization.com, where you can also find the newsletter. You can find me on Twitter @JacobM. You can check out the book. And don't forget to visit the FOW community. That's FOWcommunity.com. It's a brand council and network of some of the world's largest, most forward-thinking companies that explore the future of work. So if that's something of interest, check out the site and request an invite. I'll see you next time on an episode of The Future in 5. Hey, are you interested in the future of work? If so, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get all the latest content on the future of work and stay up to date on all the latest trends and happenings. Not to mention, you will make me very, very happy. Make sure to subscribe.